Well. Look what happened over the weekend. News coming out about the Delta variant, whatever variant was out there. Well, all of a sudden, it's magically not as bad as we thought. Wow. Who would have predicted that? Who could have predicted that? Came out in America all of a sudden, like, wow, the news of a new variant. And it's all just so perfect. The stock market's open today, and it's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Now everyone's back to work. Yeah, well, let's get into the video, people. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, you're missing out on lots and lots of alpha, baby. I'm talking about real ideas to make real money. We're going to break down some charts today that we talked about on Friday, where we're at with the market and why I still believe I'm very bullish on the idea of the market going to all-time highs here in 2021, especially after the last little debacle that we had over the weekend. All the fear, the idea of these dips in the overall market with either stocks, crypto, whatever it is that you're investing in. These dips that we see in the market, like this one right here on Friday, this is creating liquidity, right? What this allows big money to do is that it allows them to basically put out news to sell the fear, to have the algorithms push the price of stocks down. Once the fear sets in, once they get to a point that they believe that the bottom is in, the big money will start to then accumulate and then push the market back higher. And at that point, what has happened is all the people that paper-handed, all the people that sold when they were fearful on Friday, now they're sitting here on Monday wondering like, man, maybe I should buy. And what happens is if the market then pushes up, let's say it pushes up here to the 470, 480 area, all the people that sold here on Friday on this dip are now going to be FOMO buying for this move higher, because remember, they FOMO bought up here after missing out on this big move. They FOMO buy here, and then, well, the market dips. They end up getting out for a loss, and then the market pushes back to this level, and they FOMO buy once again, and then the market heads higher. So right now, the SPY filling the gap that we had there on Friday after that big gap down, after the news about whatever virus, whatever, who knows anymore, who cares anymore, because like I said before, it's all just fluff, it's all just hype, and it's all just fear to get people to sell so big money can buy, and then push the market higher. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm very bullish on equities and cryptocurrency going to the moon here in 2021, at the end of 2021. Now, if you look, the SPY filled the gap there today on the smaller time frames. You can see filling the gap there, pretty much gapping up this morning. So we got a little bit of a gap there, but filling this gap, we got about to the 470 area till that gap is really all the way filled. So there's still room to run here and push up to the 470 level. Nothing has changed from an economic standpoint. You've got Jay Powell becoming you got Jay Powell back in business for 4 years. We already know that he is totally fine with printing money. And we also look at the overall equity market. Where will people put their money at? A lot of big companies have a lot of cash. A lot of investment funds have a lot of cash, and people want to put that money to work. Just leaving your money in a bank account is not going to allow you to capitalize off of the market going higher. And then also, you're just not going to beat inflation. You're not going to earn enough interest on the money in your bank account to beat inflation at this point. Inflation is much higher than the 5 to 6% that they say it is. I know they have this idea of like tapering and all this, but let's be honest. You can't just print 40% more money. You can't just print 40% more money and then expect the inflation to only be 5%. It's just not how it works. The price of oil, the price of houses, all of this is being reflected because the real price of inflation on the overall economy and on the overall market. And today, like I said, pushing up there to the 466, you can see we still got a little bit of room here till about the 470 area for that full gap fill. So pretty much like there's still a lot of room here to fill this gap and then start to push higher. So the overall market had a high back there at the 470, I'd say 473 area. And look at that dip on Friday. Everybody that sold on Friday, well, you just got played. You got played so well, and you didn't watch my videos, obviously. Hey, if you're new to the channel, which I don't understand how anyone would be new to this channel at this point, and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. We're putting out videos all the time, giving you guys great information on the overall market, crypto, and all that fun stuff right here on the channel. So hit the subscribe button. Let's get back into the video. We talked about TQQ. This was a big mover that I always am looking at in my fund, that I'm always looking at when it comes to buying the dip, because this is a 2x ETF that follows the overall tech market. Today, the NASDAQ is up over 2%. I'm always talking about TQQ here on the channel and spreading this information out there for you guys. If you're a new investor, you want exposure to the tech space, this is definitely a ETF to be looking at. The QQQs, and then the TQQ is that double, the 2x the QQQs. So today, the NASDAQ is up 2%, and you can see today that TQQ is up to almost, and you can see today TQQ on Friday was around $160. Today it's up to $171 because of the big move that we're getting in the market right now. And like I said, buy the dip, sell the rip, my friend. Also talk about today, which is amazing for a couple of different reasons, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Look at this chart right now. Is this not just playing out exactly like we talked about? You still have these overall push up, the pullback. We're down there at the $36 level right now. That $33 to $32 level is still looming down there as support. We'll see what happens. It looks like right now we're kind of bouncing off this $36 level. The news came out today about the new variant and it being less deadly and having less issues. And, well, you would think that a movie theater chain that, you know, basically relies on people going to the movies would be up today, that it would be green today because of the news, because now you're thinking, hey, the fear is no longer a reason to be fearful anymore. We also talked about Delta as well on Friday. You can see bouncing off of that $34 level today up to about $37, having a little bit of trouble still there. I think there's obviously going to be, you know, a little bit more of a lagging feature here for the overall travel stocks as the news keeps coming out and like people start to really see like the whole deal with the virus really wasn't that big of an issue. If you look at Apple today, it's green. The tech stocks are booming going in towards the end of the year. Consumers are going to be buying, and everyone's going to be happy. So really interesting to see how we went from Friday being the end of the world, the market was going to zero, everyone's going to die, and then now today it's back to, hey, it wasn't that big of a deal. Actually, we're all going to survive and everything's going to be okay and the market's not going to zero. So here we are again. I want you guys to understand that these ideas, I want you guys to see that when these big drops happen, when the overall market gets these dips like we had in September, like we had in October, we had these dips. Those dips create liquidity. Now, if you look here on the daily chart, again, you can look and see we had that overall high back there in the beginning of September at the 453 area. We had this dip like we've gotten almost every single year in October, in September there. We had the dip. This basically allows the big money to come in, start buying the bottom, which you can see that 428 area held so many times there. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in a row that 428, 430 level held. That's the smart money buying. All the people that bought up here on this push up, all the FOMO buyers are selling, and then the big money is buying, and then boom, we get the next push higher. And then what happens is the FOMO buyers are now chasing this move higher, and we push up there to the 470 level. So you really need to understand that the overall market moves in waves. Are you buying at the bottom or are you buying at the top of the wave? If you're buying at the top of the wave, you're probably going to get crushed at some point. If you're buying at the top, you're going to get crushed at some point. The same way if I'm surfing and I drop in at the top of the wave and I'm too late to the party and the wave folds over on me, I'm going to get crushed, right? Because I FOMO'd into it. I try to get into it too late, where if I'm smart and I wait and I look and I get into the right position to get in there at the bottom of the wave and then rise to the top with it and then ride the wave, well, then I'm surfing the wave and, you know, surfing and waves and stock market. Like I said on Friday, the world is not ending. I remain very, very bullish on the overall stock market and cryptocurrency heading into the end of 2021. Don't let the media influence the way that you're investing. If you see opportunities, invest in those opportunities. Don't let the media scare you out of making money. The media is owned by some of the wealthiest people in the world, and they're working to take your money and put your money in their pockets. So if you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that subscribe button and the like button down below. I will talk to you guys later on.